Hey guys, how's it going? Octopus here. Welcome back to Union Cross. I know it's been a while. We've been going through a couple things on my channel here. I've been switching over to Twitch. I've been dealing with some YouTube situations and also just projects in the background that I've been working on. So I've been very behind on Union Cross updates, PvP videos, and including the skip or pull videos as well. There's a VIP medal, but you guys, VIP is VIP. If you're gonna go for it, go for it. So let's jump in and let's talk about these new copycat medals. I'm going to specifically talk about how they work and how the banner is as well, and then talk about a little bit of strategy and why you don't need them for PvP like a lot of people are saying. Alright, so we're going to start off the banner and then we're going to go into the medal. But before we do that, it is copycat medals. Copycat medals have an eternal place in Union Cross. No matter what you do in this game, copycat medals will always pick up the slack in keyblades of medals you don't have. So if you don't have a good reverse power medal, you put an Shion in that slot to copy the medal ahead of it. If you don't have a good upright magic medal, you use one of the upright magic medals, so on and so on. These medals have internal power because no matter what you're doing, they're going to copy the medal's multiplier ahead of it. So if tier 10 comes out, Shion can copy the tier 10's multiplier and apply its own guilt. That's the only difference. That's a little bit of a downfall, is that they won't copy the medal's tier 8 guilt or tier 9, 10, etc. They'll use 180% instead of 230% for tier 8. So you're losing a little bit of power, but no matter what, when you collect that much multiplier compared to other medals, you're going to do more damage than putting a different power reverse medal in that slot if you don't have the new latest and best medals. Copycat medals work out so good. They fix so many keyblades and they help with so many more strategies, especially in PvP. When you have 3 keyblades, you need those copycat medals because you don't have multiple copies of supernova whatever medal, you know what I mean? So copycat medals have a lot of value. Let's talk about the banner itself. I think this banner is really good. I actually prefer these banners over the previous banners. Here's a little taste of what we got before for copycat medals, and we pulled for these copycat medals. One example is Phantom Deal. You're guaranteed Phantom in 5 pulls as a 6-star. And you get 1 trait medal per pull. So this banner was really good back then. You're guaranteed to trait your Phantom, and if you want to reroll traits, you can just keep pulling and pulling. But you're only guaranteed a 6-star version of the Phantom in there. And of course, you see the really crappy tier over there. You're guaranteed a 7-star version of a tier 4. So that was a good banner back then. Now we have this banner, which you get these medals guaranteed in 5 pulls as a 7-star. You get VIP coins, which you choose what trait medals you want. So there's not 3 separate banners. You don't have to pull for 3 separate ones, which kind of sucks in a way. I wish that there was a way to be like, okay, I want to go for specifically for Fujin. Then I'm going to pull for that banner. No, they're all in one, and you have a chance of getting one of the 3, being 33.33% chance. So it's not like you can hunt down the one you want specifically. Obviously, some of them are going to work better than others depending on the keyblade. So it would be better if we were able to choose, but that doesn't take away the value of this banner. So in the details, like I said, you're guaranteed a 7-star version of these medals in 5 pulls. You're also guaranteed a pre-existing 6-star imitation medal or one of the medals in that place. So that guaranteed copycat medal could be one of them as a 6-star, but if you want that 7-star version of them, you get them in 5 pulls. So you're also guaranteed a 1 7-star tier 7 medal or the copycat medals per pull. The remaining 8 of the medals will be 5-star or higher rarity. There's a percentage of also getting another Rai, Cypher, or Fu in there as well. So magic mirrors, that seems to be a staple now. The banner, I like the banner. If you do go for pulls and you're new in the game and you have no copycat medals at all, this banner is actually worth the 5 pulls to get one of those guaranteed, and also get yourself an imitation medals along the way that you will need to fix keyblades. And on top of it, if you don't get the copycat medal out of this, you are going to get yourself that 7-star sub-slot increase, which is really nice. So the thing I was talking about, the trait medals where you can choose. So in 5 pulls, if you get one of the other, you just go for the traits that you get. So if in 5 pulls, you got Cypher here, you click on this avatar board, every pull you did is going to be a trait medal. If you got more than 1 copy of these medals, you can spread that apart. You can pick from one of each of the characters, but I like this a lot better. I like that they took away trait medals and they put it inside an avatar board under VIP coins. Now this is a good way to do VIP coins. I actually really like this because that takes away the whole empty slot of the what do you call the 10 pulls, one of those medals being a blank trait pull, especially when that trait medal might not be part of a guaranteed banner and then just sits in your inventory forever. So I like this, that they introduced the VIP coins with trait medals. I think that's a good combination, and they should take it away and just do that for everything, every banner. I think that'd be great. You know, instead of that trait medal there, that's just another guaranteed, you know, you get 2 7-stars and the other 8 are just whatever, and your trait medals are in the VIP. I think that's really cool. Please keep that. So the banner, go for it, guys, if you really like it. Compared to the old copycat medals banners we got, this is improving more and more and more. Banners are becoming better. All right, so let's talk about the medals themselves and some strategy, especially the strategy talk about PvP, how useful these guys are going to be. First off, they cost 6 gauges, which is a big downfall for me. I don't like that. 6 gauges is huge. There's not enough avatar boards in the game to substitute attack boost max, SP gauge 0, 1, 2, whatever it is. There's just not enough jewels plus avatar boards and pulls to go around, especially as a person that doesn't pay for the game. So 6 gauges takes away the whole concept of what do you call it? Attack boost 8 max or 7 max, just max, nothing else on them, or Lux plus plus. You can't really use these medals for raiding unless you match them with the prime medals that restore 3 gauges, or Supernova Sephiroth. Riku is not Supernova, but they restore 3 gauges as well. So if you don't have those medals in your Keyblade setup, these guys are going to cost a whole 6. You can't put Lux plus plus on them, nothing like that. You need to put attack boost max, SP gauge, especially if you're using the new Birth by Sleep trio medals, that they automatically use 2 gauges no matter their attack boost max, SP gauge, and that might not be just for them. In the future, that might become a normal standard. Powerful medals, but they cost more gauges. So if that happens, you're going to constantly be wasting 8 gauges every 2 medals, which is huge, especially when you go to Keyblades like Dark Gnom, Missing 8, the Proud Mode Keyblades. They only have like 9 or 10 SP. So that's the biggest downfall when it comes to these. I would be giving this more like, yeah, these are perfect, if that 6 gauges weren't there. They are tier 8, which is really good. Again, you get that whole 230% guild boost on any future medal multiplier in the game. Besides that, they raise the upright strength by 3 because they're a 7-star. Now, 5 trait slots, really good. 5 trait slots, you get 5 pulls, you get 5 traits. You can't go wrong with that, guys. That is really good. I believe the 5 trait slots is pretty much the thing that breaks these medals compared to the other copycat medals. Other copycat medals, all of them except for one, only have 3 traits, where these copycat medals have 5 traits. I believe it's Kingdom Hearts 2 Nominee, and that's only if you got a boosted version of it during that special event. It had more trait slots. These ones come with 5 traits and have 5 trait slots, which is huge when you look at when you look into longevity, them surviving the pulls of like tier 12s. They will keep up if you get -60, extra attack, plus 1000, plus 1000, plus 1000, or put both -60s in there. These medals can last even longer when the more and more tier copy medals come out. 5 trait slots is huge, guys. So that is something really good to see. I like that. Now let's talk about strategy. So these medals, how they work is, if you decide to put Cypher here in this slot, you're not going to copy the medal before it. You're going to copy the medal in this slot. So every 2 slots. So if you had it in your pet slot, 1, 2, it's going to copy the one over here. If you have it in this slot, 1, 2, it's going to copy the medal over here. That's how this works. Now, the thing about this is that you only have upright selections, and a lot of the good Keyblades are upright. You've got your fairy stars, so if you do get yourself a Cypher, you're going to be copying your Birth by Sleep Aqua or anything over here that's upright magic. If you put in the slot over here, you'll copy your Boss Semnis, your Sykes, your Supernova Sephiroth, or your Supernova... No, it's just Sephiroth. The Birth by Sleep trio doesn't fit there because of reverse. So a lot of upright medals these days. I feel like a reverse challenge is going to come up. But yeah, so you can see, look at your favorite Keyblades and tell yourself, if I get one of these medals, are they going to really help me? Is my best medal upright magic? Is that what I want to copy? So they don't copy the medal right behind it. It's 2 over. So in the end result, these medals are copycat medals. They're going to fit on certain slots and they're going to work with certain medals. Everybody has a little bit different standard when it comes to it. Some of you guys might need it. Some of you guys might not need it. But it's always in the future. These medals work now and they work later. So as better medals come out, Fairy Stars is not the top Keyblade, or Stroke of Midnight or Starlight. If a new Keyblade takes the meta, then obviously you're going to need new copy medals to do different setups. So no matter what, having all the copycat medals in the game is usually the best thing to do, because you never know what might happen. But you also got to look at your account and what you guys need specifically. So yes, copycat banners are the best to go for, but look into your account and your jewels. Are you lacking attacking medals? Then copycat medals are not going to really help you out right now. They're more long term. But if you have good attacking medals in certain slots and you need these copycat medals, then get them. So that's up to you guys. But let's talk about the PvP strategy of this, where people are saying this ruins triple threat or the paralysis / poison sleep. So let me explain how the PvP match works. On turn, let's say you're attacking. Turn 1, me personally, I like to put a very strong Keyblade setup there, win the first round. Second round, I'll lower your defenses, your attack, raise my defenses, and get rid of your SNL with a poison or sleep. And then in round 3, I'll use a paralysis because I attack first. So I'll put you on paralysis max with my Zexion. And then when it comes to your turn, you skip the first 2 medals. Now, everyone's saying this breaks that because with your medal over here, your new copycat medal, he's going to copy twice backwards because your buffer's supposed to be in slot 1. Now, that's true. That works if you're using the older buffers. Kyrie EX Plus, Kyrie EXs. If you're using that strategy, then yes, that makes sense. These medals don't break the triple threat strategy or the whole just paralysis strategy. Kingdom Hearts 3 Kyrie and Xion are the ones that broke that. Now everyone's saying, well, okay, so what you do with these new medals is you grab yourself your Kingdom Hearts 3 Kyrie, you put her in slot 1, and then he'll copy Kyrie. So if they do skip your first 2 medals, at least you have your buffer still. The problem with that is Supernova. Kyrie has a Supernova ability. When you're defending, the game automatically activates a Supernova in the first turn, so the first medal. So if you do skip 1-2 medals, Kyrie Supernova will activate over here. So obviously, that's going to be a Kingdom Hearts 3 Kyrie getting the buff. Over here, let's say that we don't skip it, the Supernova is going to go off, and then Kingdom Hearts 3 Kyrie's special is going to go off, giving her that huge boost of max buffs, and then everything else gets buffs afterwards because of her activation. This is the worst thing you guys can do in PvP. Kyrie is supposed to be in slot 2. All right, slot 2 is where Kyrie is supposed to be, and that is because Supernova goes off, the medal that's in slot 1 gets all the buffs and debuffs that it needs, and it does a maximum damage. So you can have another attacking medal in slot 1. In slot 2, Kyrie goes off, and she buffs everything. Now, the issue with that strategy is that if triple threat happens in either of the orders you guys put here, if I go sleep, or paralysis, and I come over here and you have all attacking medals, you just lost the game because your medals are going to be doing 1s unless they have buffs that they can take care of themselves. But because in slot 2, Keyblade 2, the setup there, I lowered your attack, most likely you're going to lose this. So people are saying, put these medals on slot 3, copy Kyrie in slot 1. Don't do that. Kyrie needs to be in slot 2, attacking medal needs to be in slot 1. You don't need these copycat medals. You need any copycat medal that copies backwards to fix the triple threat strategy. The whole thing is that Kyrie ruins the game. Xion and Kyrie ruins the triple threat strategy because slot 1, Supernova, big attack. Slot 2, Kyrie goes off. You copy Kyrie, attack. You win. If you have strong enough medals. If they put you to sleep, you lose this, but you come over here and you still copy Kyrie backwards. If they don't use triple threat, you get maximum damage over here, max buffs because Kyrie doesn't do perfect buffs by herself. If you go backwards to slot 2, she's missing attribute up and some of the upright up and down. But when you go to slot 3 with the copycat medal, it maximizes everything. Unless you have extra attack, then your Kyrie just should be over here. If you're worried about triple threat strategies, doesn't really matter. If anything, it is better to use a backwards copy, but this alone ruins PvP for triple threat strategy. So you guys don't need these new copycat medals to change the strategy of triple threat. Kyrie should never be in the first slot. You guys are making a big mistake when you're doing that. Don't do that. It's not worth it. She doesn't have enough power by herself. She'll do damage, but not compared to, like, let's say, let's put Supernova, Burst by Sleep, Terror over here. That's going to get maximum buffs over here. Let's say you have 2 copies. You're going to put one over here, and you're going to put one over here. It's a ton of damage you guys are missing out on if you put Kyrie over here instead. Don't do that. Never do that, especially defending. Attacking, yes, while you're attacking, Kyrie goes in the first slot. That makes total sense because then you're going to use your Supernova in the end over here if you really want to. Even a forward copycat medal is going to do the trick for you because you can just put Kyrie over there if you want to. So if they do skip, let me sort that. If they do skip the first 2 medals, you still have your own Kyrie in slot 3. So no matter what, backwards copy, forward copy, you break that triple threat strategy without a problem. So that's not a deciding factor for pulling guys. That is pretty much it though. I do like the banner. Banner is really nice. If I had more jewels and I wasn't saving up so much for new future medals, I would probably pull for this banner. It is here for 11 days, so you guys make up your mind what you guys want to do. On the 10th day, if you don't need the copycat medals right now to pass any really good event that's worth it or a high score challenge that they might be attached to, then just wait for the last day. That's usually how I do it, and I'm probably going to do it for these guys because these are not something I want right away, but I do want in the near future. If anything, I might just go crazy and spend the rest of my jewels in this banner for trait rerolls, which I usually don't recommend, but like I say, when it comes to copycat medals, they have so much value, and if you get the right traits on them, they pretty much last forever, and they work for everything. I have a tier 5 nominee and key art beginnings on my main account who have -60 ground and plus 1000, and they kill it for me, but they're in the tier 5 slot. So as the game gets harder and harder, the tier 5 slot might not work as much as it did before. I can notice where if I just change to a tier 7 without -60, I start doing a little bit or the same damage as the -60 tier 5 or so on, lower and lower. So you just gotta look at it that way. But in the end, guys, it's up to you. I just make this video to show you guys where they fit, how they work, and some strategies to go along with them. In the end, make up your choice, what you need for your account, what jewels you have, and that 6 gauges, you got to realize, are you going to buy an avatar board or are you going to buy these guys? Or just buy them and then just wait till later on when you want to use them. Future investment, guys. It's all up to you guys. If you want to leave anything down below, if I missed anything, if I screwed up anything, let me know down below. I will heart it or pin it if I screwed up really badly. If you guys want to put your own opinion on this as well, go down. Communities here. Everyone has their own way of looking in the game, and it's all up to you guys in the end what you guys want to pull for. If you did enjoy the video, though, don't forget to hit the like button. Blah, blah, blah. Thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll see you guys in the next one.